Hey guys, it's been a long time since I've done a video, and I think my speaking skills might have gotten better since then, but we'll see. Today is simply about the human nature and what we are in this world, and what we shall be, and what we shall always be. Is we are simply human. We are simply the people that we wish to be. We are simply the human nature that we wish to represent. That's why I tell people, be the person that you wish to be. Be what you want to be. You know, and here's the thing, here's the sick little thing. Doesn't matter if you're a bum on the street, doesn't matter if you're a president of the United States, doesn't matter if you own a little corporation, doesn't matter if you're me or if you're my sister. It doesn't really matter what bloodline, where you come from, what race, what gender, what preferences you have, what religion. It really doesn't matter, because here's the thing, you're human. And that's what you're ever going to be. That's what you're going to have to accept, because guess what? Humans are beautiful. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a bum on the street. And when you think that you're better than someone else, you lose part of humanity, because you are no longer connected with that human trait. You're no longer connected with that self. And here's the thing about humans. Here's one of the wonderful things that we are as human beings, is we are a connected species. We connect with one another. We connect empathetically. We connect with our emotions, with our thoughts, with our ideas, with our feelings. Physically, we feel pain for someone else. So you see someone else get kicked in the nuts. If you're a guy especially, even if you're a girl, you still feel that pain that they're feeling, because you know they're hurt. You know that they feel that. You also feel the happiness of your friend. You feel the happiness of marriage. You feel all these things. You know what they're going through. You know what they are and how they're being. And this interconnectedness makes us human, makes us the human experience, makes us a race, which is great. Which is great for everything. But here's the circular thing. You know, my dog out there, we think that we're better than that. We think that we're better than the bum on the street. We think that we're better than someone else, something. Here's the thing, we're really not. Even things living, even things that might not necessarily be living, they are part of the universe. They are part of our connectedness. They are parts of who we are. And they are part of our experience. And so if we learn to respect all things that are, if we learn to respect the earth we stand on, if we learn to respect the animals that we eat, that we spend time around, if we learn to respect the people that we see, even if we don't like them, even if we don't necessarily agree with them, trust me, the world becomes a better place. Your life becomes a better place. And as for me, and trust me, it will for you. Because when you start to disrespect, or you no longer hold respect for another person, or you see yourself as above them, here's the thing, you lose that connection. It only causes conflict. It only limits yourself. It's what causes the elite to think that they are better than us. That was what makes them want to control us, control the world. It's simply greed. It's simply power. And trust me, this is a negative side of humanity. But if you do not think that you're better than someone else, if you do not think that you are better than the rest of the human race, if you think that you are more informed, that you are more up to beat, and that you see the bigger picture, you see, here's the thing, you start thinking that you're better than someone else. Realistically, you're not. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, it could be, I talk to bums, I've talked to them, yes, they're blowing nuts many times, and I'll admit that. You know, but here's the thing, they suffer, they live, they feel hunger, just the same as any one of us. Now, there are a difference between actual bums and the ones that are just learning on the street corner. Trust me, you learn the difference. One is asking for food, one doesn't ask for anything. And trust me, when they're asking for food, generally they're asking for money for booze, which is rather disappointing. But that's the way that our society works. It's put us into such desperate conditions that we feel the need to escape these conditions. We feel the need to put substances in our body that are not necessarily healthy to escape these conditions. It's very sad, because we cannot live in this system. We cannot put ourselves mentally, spiritually, and physically. We do not like being in the system of captivity, the system of limitations, the system where we are not free, where we could be free, where we have the means, we have the potential, we have the technology. We could be free of this system that we have going right now. And here's the thing, guys, the only way that you can stop it is to open up your mind, to open up your eyes, and to wake up and to actually do something about it, to be the person that you wish to be, because that's what is the answer there. It is the answer to what makes us happy. What makes us who we wish to be is the most important thing that you can be right now. And if you know what, if you're not happy with the person that you are, you can change that. You can be the person that you wish to be, whether it is getting in shape, whether it is doing something else. Because here's the thing, your mental thoughts, they do affect the world. You know, that's the way it is. Do your research. Recommend learning. Learning is one of the most important things that you can do. Is one of the most important things that human capability, the human experience has, is to learn from one another, is to learn and to continue to learn and to process new things, to be who they want to be, is to become, is to learn, to experience, to see the things that they are, and to want more than just simply learning it, is to experience it. Because you can learn something, you can learn all the history about the great cathedrals in Italy, you can learn about Michelangelo, you can learn all these things. You see, it's not the same. It's not the same experience. Not the same experience. You can't really have the experience that he had. But you know what you can do is you can go to the places. You can go and see the artwork. You can go see the greatness, the image that he had, and stand. You can smell the cathedral. You can smell everything that's around. You can feel the presence of everything that is. You can feel the sun beating through. You can see everything. And you see, that is the experience. That is more than simply learning. And that is the humanistic traits. That is the thing that interconnects us all. And that is very important to remember. We have the means to change our world. We have the technology to alter and to increase energy production, to no longer need these crude methods that we use that pollute our air, that pollute our system, that pollute our ground. We have the means, but when we are controlled, when we are subsidized, when we are put into a contract, when we are born into the system, we are limited. We are not educated. We are not brought up to think outside the box. We are limited. And anyone that does think outside the box is someone put to the outskirts of society. You know, here's the funny thing. It's actually thought that many homosexual people actually have a slightly more intelligent mind than straight men. Here's the reason why. Because men, obviously, in scientific studies, have larger brains. So men, we have more gray matter, which is more calculated. Boom, boom, doing math, doing math, doing math, doing math. Or, in the survival sense, getting sex, getting sex, getting sex, getting sex. Okay? Yes. I'll admit it. That's the way it goes. But here's the thing that homosexual men have over it. Is they have the interconnected and the small wirings and the creativity of the female mind. See, why do you think homosexual men are put down and ostracized from society so often? Because truthfully, they, in all honesty, probably have better minds than the rest of us straight men. And, you know, I'll admit it, quite straight. Yeah. But, it's disappointing when society uses things. You know, the church, the Christianized idea, and the ideas behind Christian and Catholicism, and all that is great. And the philosophies behind it is great. But the corruption and the servitude to an idea or to a God is simply conditioning to servitude of society, to serving the power that is our society, to serving the king, to serving the ruling class. Here's the thing about kings and all that was in ancient society. Well, not even so ancient, but they were all designated by the Pope. They were designated by the church as to be people that were appointed by God to run that country. You know, that's just conditioning. That's just a limitation. The system is simply a self-conditioning system. We are all conditioned to do a task, to live our task, to breathe, to reproduce, to serve the system, and die. That's all we're meant to do. We're meant to serve the system. We don't serve ourselves. We can barely serve ourselves. We can barely even survive, let alone do that. But here's the thing, guys. We have got the hope, we have got the means, we got the potential to make ourselves better. Speak up. Speak out. Talk to people about these things. Keep your money locally. Invest. And You know, the produce when you go to the supermarket, go Fred Meyer's, go Walmart, it ain't great deal, but here's the thing. You buy from local farms, you keep your money locally, and you're getting a lot healthier food out of it anyway. And quite often, you're getting more bang for your buck. You'd be really surprised. Take a look at some of your local meat markets. I can tell you, they're pumping more and more hormones into animals, into things. And trust me, they aren't good on your system. You know, it's really sad because I used to enjoy chicken. I enjoyed chicken. I would eat chicken all day long, but here's the thing now. Started putting a hormone recently in the chicken. I can feel it, and I'm doing research. They're putting a little bit more hormones into it. And now I eat it, I feel like I'm going to throw up. It's not a lovely little fact. So at least now I can't eat my chicken, can't eat my favorite fowl. That's alright, doesn't really appeal to me anyway now because I didn't have a pleasant experience with it a few times. So, it's really sad. But if you get your local, especially your meat products locally, you'd be really surprised. You get yourself really good meat for your bargain. And also, here's something else you might consider. Is you really don't need as much meat in your diet as what is often put up, as what is shown. Because here's the thing. An average person only really needs about a plain deck of cards serving of meat. That's like a small cut of meat, about yay big. You can eat that in 2 bites on a daily basis. And you can also get those same proteins, those same diets, those same sort of things as our meat. You can get them out of vegetables, you can get them out of broccoli, you can get them out of spinach. You know, also something else you can consider. Look at edible foods in your area. Look at edible plants in your area. You'd be so surprised. I go down the road and I can pick and find out so many different plants that are edible. And quite often I supplement my diet with those edible plants. As I did a video on them, I've started doing more supplementing of plants that grow locally in this area. Granted, I won't be able to do this during the winter time, but plants that grow locally in this area have been substituting many of those other things into my diet, and I don't get sick as much anymore. I get slightly sick for like 2 days. I used to get sick and my immune system used to do this. You're sick for a week, enjoy, you can't move. And that's the way it was. Started finding more balance, helped. Then I started supplementing my diet with more locally grown things, and my immune system has gotten so much better. And that's just the way it is. And if you look at the locally grown stuff, you'd be surprised. Weeds that grow on the side of the road, things that you pluck out of your garden every day, you could throw into a salad you can make for dinner. Why wouldn't you? You're just throwing away, you're just wasting it anyway if you're plucking it out of your garden. You know, personally, I would grow a full garden of chickweed and dandelions, because dandelions, believe it or not, are extremely good for you. You know how to prepare them. Most people don't. You boil them. You get the leaves while they're really young, when they're really small. They're actually not bad to eat that way straight. But you boil them to get out the sap. You cut the heads off. Especially when they're starting just to come up, before they become full flower, or even after they become full flower. You eat those, and they're actually really good. It's not like Brussels sprouts. And you just boil them twice. Strain it off, boil them again, throw them on a plate. There you go. If you get them dried, that makes it even better, because then they're a little bit less watery when you get into it. But some people like the watery taste, so I say, hey, have at it. Clover flowers. Oddly enough, not too bad, but not exactly my favorite treat. But they're not bad to eat either. There are several plants in your area that you could eat. There are plants in every area and every location in the world that you can eat. You just gotta know which ones they are. They grow locally. You'd be surprised. Sometimes there are plants that you see at the store that you normally buy at the store that actually grow in your area. You just gotta know which season to pick them. Wild strawberries. I find those all the time. In Alaska? Wild strawberries? Really? Yeah. They're smaller and they're extremely delicious. They're very small. They're only about Avic, they're an amazing tree. Raspberries, all the time. Blueberries. You gotta know where to look. You gotta know what plants to look for. And once you start doing that, you start supplementing your diet, you feel a lot healthier. Your food bill goes down. You know, and you're supporting less of this system which pumps hormones into your body. So you take away from money that you're giving to this system. You're putting it all locally. You're saving it up. You're starting to be able to use it towards other things. Matter of fact, if I hadn't known what plants grew locally, there were several times I might have gone hungry. It's the way it goes. If I knew what grew locally and I knew how to get where to get it, I wasn't hungry. Anyway, as I say, peace, love, and happiness, guys.